So here we are on the second trip to Wau Teaching Hospital. Under this tree you can often see the relatives sitting, and they'll be doing a bit of cooking and taking it into the patients because they do all the feeding and looking after the patients here. It's about 9:30 in the morning and things are starting to get busy here. It's a very busy outpatients department. Always lots of people here. It's quite a social event for some of them too. I'm very happy to see all this cleaning and activity going on. We're turning one of the rooms into an emergency room, and they are really working today to finish off the cleaning we started. We can't reach the top of the walls and they've got the very long brushes to do that, and that's their job for today. What it really needs is a coat of paint. I don't think this has been painted for a long time. This is just showing the outpatients department from the road. This is the local taxi. Well, there's many local taxis. Never been in one. I would think it's quite a bumpy ride. And the hospital main gate is here. As we came in our Land Cruiser that they pick us up in this morning, the taxi actually knocked over a small girl. She was fine, but they are, well, nobody here looks where they're going very much. The roads are incredibly dangerous and very uneven in places. So this is just the outside of the hospital. The usual crowd of people waiting. Patients come in to wait and see the doctor. Just sitting on the bench. They might be all one family. They might not know each other. I don't think they do, so it's quite entertaining for them as they sit and hear about other people's symptoms and ailments. So it's not quite how we do it in England, but there is a total lack of privacy and confidentiality. But we have to remember this is normal for them, and there's some things that we don't necessarily need to change because that's just how it is here. Here's the guys in the lab working quite hard this morning. As you can see, there's not a huge lot of equipment in here. Have a look at the pharmacy department. Just through the window here. These drugs all come from Khartoum, and patients have to buy them. They take their prescriptions along and have to buy the drugs. And this happens for patients on the ward as well. The relatives seem to have to go and actually buy the drugs before the patient can be treated. So it may mean they've got to go and find money, so there's often very big delays in patients getting their treatment. Well, they seem to be working quite hard today. This is burning the rubbish. They're sweeping up the leaves and anything that's around on the ground and having little bonfires. It's the first time I've seen this sort of activity. It is quite encouraging. Here we are in the antenatal ward. It needs a good clean. The maternity unit is not too clean at all. The noises you can hear in the background aren't actually somebody having a baby. It's someone that's just been brought in that isn't at all well. We're not quite sure what's wrong with her, but Ellie's been looking at her this morning. Yep. Here we are in the gynae ward. There's a patient just been admitted here. These people in white coats are actually second-year student nurses who come from the Catholic the Catholic clinic, and they are being very well trained by Sister Gracie there. This is one of the nurses from here. But these people are being very well trained indeed. They're very good. And we're hoping that they will be a bit of the answer to what's going on here. This is the female surgical ward. We'll just take a quick look inside here. These seem to be sort of smaller wards, not so much the Nightingale ward. We seem to have 3 or 4 beds in a room here. And of course there's always lots of children around. Even the nurses bring their children into work, so it's quite interesting. They can walk around breastfeeding while they're sort of looking after the patients. This is a local egg seller, and he just walks around the hospital every day selling his eggs. And he's the same lad that was here last April. And I don't know whether he sells any, but he tries hard. This is the women's medical ward, and you can see all the very, very necessary malaria nets that they suspend on poles. This ward is actually quite clean, and one gets the sense that they are actually quite caring. Here she comes. She's been pumping the water as well. She wants to see what I'm up to. Here's Ellie.
What do you use the cardboard box for? Put more stuff in?
We are use the not what we call it.
Cardboard?
Cupboard. We can use.
Peter's just managed to collar another Peter, the hospital administrator, come finance director. We're trying to find out some statistics, but they seem to be very, very difficult to get hold of, or maybe they don't want us to know, or do they take the statistics? We're not really sure. This is a very exciting site. I'll show you some pictures of the inside of the room that we're going to make into an emergency room. But these guys are actually cleaning, and well, we've waited several days for this to be done, so it's quite an exciting event for me at the moment. I'm getting rather dusty and dirty here though, and so are the patients. So this is the donkey that's brought the water from the Nile for us to do a cleaning here. These guys, we've waited some time actually to get the water, but these guys are helping us just to fill the containers up. There's no water in hospital at the moment. So this is the sink in the emergency room where people obviously wash their hands. The tap actually doesn't work, so we'll just demonstrate to you now how we'd actually wash our hands in here. There's the non-working tap, another non-working tap, and an assistant would pour the water for the person performing the procedure, and they just wash their hands with that water, and that's how we've been washing our hands while we've been here. Of course, there isn't actually anything to dry them on, just drip dry. Very, very hot in here, very humid, and we're about to start cleaning this room. It's going to be a very, very big challenge. It's very, very humid, and it's extremely dirty and dusty in here too. This nice little creature has helped us with our task.
We're all standing to get a picture of us watching. Actually, yeah, we were watching and then they're cleaning.
So we're all really quite anxious to get this room done. So Peter's gleefully got hold of the water now it's arrived. And he's demonstrated